Washington and state capitals are full with the pettiness of people, and this verse clearly describes the sad state of the world today, being suffocated by the smallest people that the masses unwisely chose because we put our own interest above the best interest of all. Too many of us want the promises and will betray everyone as long as we get something, even if it is just words. SOF 5:3. The seats of judgment are to be raised above all small thoughts and unworthy aims. If petty-minded men are permitted to argue over the form of sentences or pick out particular words for attention, then there will be no end to pettiness. Let no deduction or interpretation be made from the decrees which alters them. Look at Washington and media fighting over words, attempting to create new words so the rest of us might fool ourselves. Because we find the lies more comfortable, it allows us to do the worst things that our conscience knows is wrong, because the alternative would get in the way of having a free life with no consequences. The problem is, no matter what sweet words are created out of thin air, eventually truth will intrude. Example, abortion. We are told the baby is not a baby. The argument is to make it easier for those in crisis, because it would be cruel to make the decision harder. Someday, if they are lucky, they will have a child they want. Holding it in their arms, it will be hard to avoid the reality that that child wasn't alive when the child in their hands is alive, only because this time they wanted the baby. Example, Mitch McConnell said in 2008 he wanted to make sure Obama was a one-term president. The left and the media claim that is proof of racism, dividing the nation, ignoring the fact every party out of power wants the president to be a one-term president, no matter what color or sex or person in the White House. They tore us apart in the hopes of getting higher viewership or donations for the next election. Racism exists, but that was not a racist comment. But petty people chose to divide the country for personal gain. Sadly, we let them do it. But left and the media are not alone. The argument on healthcare in 2008, the claims of death panels to gain political advantage. Neither left or right would advocate anything like death panels or Medicaid dismantled. The intent was to scare you as citizens and to worry about us losing something, knowing fear will go a long way to get us to act without thinking, for their own personal gain. In this case, money or influence, but it has nothing to do with real fear. Just self-interest. Sadly, we still buy into it, and the country is further divided. It is citizens who decide, from personal self-interest, to ignore character flaws. We created the disaster we live through today, and we blame them, while forgetting it's our decisions whether you voted or not. You made a decision. You are not at the mercy of chance or Washington. At least not yet. We still can vote. Yes, the choices are bad. We didn't get here in 1 year. We need to look for best in each election. They will respond. Those of low moral character will not run because they will know we won't accept them. You can make a better future, but you have to make choices by avoiding selling out your fellow citizens for a few imaginary crumbs.